Draymond, the other day you said you expected to see the small lineup. I see a lot of it. When you heard it was going to be the way they started, did you know it was going to work out like this? What do you think that did for this game?
I mean, I kind of figured, before Steve said it, that's what would happen. Yeah, so it wasn't a surprise. But, I think it really set the tone for this game. We flying around on the defensive end to start the game, pushing the tempo on the offensive end, and I think, we got out to a 17-4 lead or something like that. And so, it really showed up for us and great adjustment for us, for sure.
Draymond, Kevin scored 38 points. Obviously, that's going to be a storyline. But that first quarter defensive mindset you guys had, the tone you guys set early, how much of that is communication? How much of it is trust? And just what did you think of the defense early on?
I think the defense was great early on. Like I said, we got stops. AD was able to get going there a little bit, but that's going to happen. He's a great player, but when you can shut everyone else down the way we did to start the game, it really sets the tone. And so, just to go out there with that mindset, we knew that if we go out and get stops, it'll get our offense going, and what that'll do is allow us to continue to set our defense. And that was key for us in building that lead to start the game, and we was able to hold on to it throughout.
Draymond, it took you 9 playoff games before you got your first technical foul. Can you talk about just sort of the balance between your intensity and your restraint throughout the series?
You didn't deserve that one.
Yeah, he told me I got a technical foul because I was yelling after every play. But I ain't say a word when I got a text. So, I don't know. I was a little confused by that one. But, yeah, so it should be 10 games. No, but I mean, it's just, like I said before, just growth, understanding, what's at hand, understanding, how to use my emotion for me as opposed to allowing it to work against me. And, I know that's big for us as a team. And so, I just try to lock in and focus on that.
Steph, in front, did you realize that was the first time that 5-man unit had ever started together for you guys? And is there anything different to the feel when it's, because you play a lot, those 5, but is there a different feeling to it when you're starting?
I didn't know that until right before the game, but it just like Draymond said, the versatility of that lineup, and everybody's a playmaker, and defensively we flying around. Just got the energy right to start the game, and we took advantage of it, got the momentum on our side, and able to set the right tone for bouncing back after a terrible game 3. So see how it goes the rest of the series, but it's just a matter of just locking in, playing with energy, talking, playing physical, and we did all of that.
Steve said that he felt like you had a conditioning breakthrough today. Do you feel that that's accurate?
My lungs feel really good, yeah. It's third game back, keep pushing. After five weeks, like, adrenaline rush was crazy the first game, and you ride that. Second game was a little different. Tonight felt good. As long as I'm out there just playing hard and all that, the timing and endurance and all that stuff will come back. We've been working really hard at it.
Hey, Steph, on that same note, what's just kind of the progress you think you're making in terms of being able to ramp up the workload even more moving forward?
No concern, really. I mean, every time I get subbed out, I'm kind of pissed off, really, to be honest with you, just because I feel like I have a little bit more in the tank, but coaches making calls and trying to keep the right rotations in and whatnot, save me from myself a little bit. But as long as I have the mindset when I'm out there, like I said, just play hard and do what I expect myself to do, help my teammates, out there on the floor, it'll all start to click, more consistently.
Steph, Draymond is 3rd in the league in assists throughout the playoffs. How has he been facilitating out there, and what's that like, having him doing that?
That's nothing we haven't seen before, to be honest. He's got great court vision. It's weird talking about you when you're sitting right next to me.
Toot my horn.
It's just, high IQ type of player that when he got the ball in his hands, seeing how the defense is playing him, seeing how everybody's moving around him, making passes on time, on target, and and we have so many threats. If he makes the right decision, good things happen. So it's kind of what he's been doing since he showed up 6 years ago. Yeah, sure. It's been great to see that part of his game evolve, and we need that at times to kind of have some sure possessions when we need to get a good shot, and he's able to play, make, and facilitate.
Draymond, I know you feed off the crowd when they're booing you and stuff, but do you, and this is a serious question, you ever get worried for your own safety? Some knucklehead made a death threat about you tonight on Twitter.
Yeah, I heard about that. No, I don't. If he feel the need to do something like that about basketball, then I feel bad for him. It's kind of sad that someone would take this that serious. When you're talking, at the end of the day, what's a game? And, making death threats, talking about life. I just pray that he gets the help that he needs. Because I personally, number one, don't worry about it. Number two, don't care that much about it. Now, I care a lot about basketball. I don't care that much. And so, being that, we're in it every day and we're, literally blood, sweat, and tears in this every day, and it don't matter that much to me, it shouldn't matter that much to him either. So I just pray that he get the help that he needs.
Draymond, back to basketball. You get a lot of attention, obviously, with the small lineup, and particularly in this series with Davis and the matchup there. But what does Andre bring to that lineup? Just a lot of small things, I imagine, that we don't really take a lot of notice of.
Oh, man, just deflections all over the place, and understanding that not many people have about the game of basketball. He's at times, Steph and I talk about it a lot, and we understand that at times we can get a little crazy trying to make the spectacular play, and Andre's the guy who we kind of get mad at because it's like, it's open, it's not enough. It's not open enough for Andre to make the pass. He's just that steady force for us. And when he's out there with that small lineup, you got them three guys running around like crazy. Sometimes me trying to squeeze the ball into the smallest gap possible, and then he's just there kind of calming us down. And then what he brings on the defensive end, being able to switch and guard bigs, can obviously guard wings, and tonight he was huge on Mirotic. He's key in this series, and the way Andre guarded him tonight was huge for us. So, very important to that lineup, and what he brings to the floor for us, for sure.
Draymond, you very specifically said that you wanted to see Steph and Kevin be more aggressive offensively. Specifically, Kevin looked like he was really seeking shots. Did you sense that? Did you know that was going to happen right from the get-go?
Definitely seeked it. I mean, you could just tell like that very first play, the way he came off that dribble handoff, where his mindset was at. And he got to spot, I think, the first two plays and got a pull up in the lane, and that's what really gets him going. Him getting in the lane and getting to his pull-ups, that's what he loved. And so you could definitely see it. And then Steph came off, was coming off screens and firing. And that was big for us. I still think, he can be more aggressive. And as these playoffs go on, we're going to continue to need him to be more aggressive, and he will. But, I think sometimes we fail to realize that he won't admit it, but man had 11 weeks off. And coming back from that, you're still getting your feel. Some of the shots that he missed today, he never misses and won't miss them again. So I just looking forward to continuing having him out there and picking up his aggressiveness as these playoffs go on, and then also K being aggressive as he was, and Clay as well.
Sometimes teams have bad shooting nights, but with the Pelicans, I think missing 22 out of 26 threes. How much credit do you guys give your approach defensively to guarding them on the perimeter after the previous game?
I mean, we got to give our defense a lot of credit. We were a huge part of that is taking care of the ball. We did a great job of that tonight, and they're not getting those transition threes. So then they're taking contested ones, and we get good contests, fly around on. We get out of our set defense. It makes it a lot tougher. So, that was big. Taking the threes away, they hit a lot of them last game. So to take that away tonight, it really showed up within the score for us.
Steph, what are you thinking when you see KD is clearly in a groove and the offense is running through him, and What's going through your mind while that's happening?
Just find ways to get him in scoring positions. I mean, sometimes that's not really hard to do. You just throw it to him. But for the most part, you just try to find ways of space, give him room. You either set a screen, try to create a mismatch, whatever the read is, and you just keep the game simple at that point because he's such a great scorer. You don't have to really overthink things at that point. You just try to get him to the right spot and let him do what he does. And so, like Draymond said from the jump, the way he approached the first 3 minutes, trying to get to his spots and rise up and knock down those jump shots. Sometimes he don't even see any defense. He just needs the ball in the right spot, and that's all it takes.
Draymond, obviously you're known as firing up crowds, either for you or against you, wherever you are, but it seems like every time your face is on the Jumbotron here, the crowd crazily boos. Does this feel like even more intense than what you're used to?
No, I get booed everywhere I go. I appreciate them booing me. That's some deep love they got for me. If you're gonna, risk losing your voice trying to boo me, so yeah, thanks. I enjoy that.